Hello friends! So Christmas is coming, as you can see by this beautiful sunshine and summery flowers. Southern Hemisphere, you're so weird. Now I've wanted to try making bath bombs for absolutely ages, and so I thought what better opportunity than Christmas. I've adapted a recipe from Wellness Mama, which I will link in the description. I actually halved all the quantities because I had no idea how they were going to turn out because I was adjusting some of the ingredients and things like that, but we'll see. Here we go. So the main base of the bath bombs is made from baking powder and citric acid, and when I read this I had the stupidest moment in the world and I thought, wait, I don't want to put acid in my bath, why do I have to put acid in my bath? And immediately in my head citric acid was up there with like sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid, and I was thinking, why do all these bath bombs contain this acid? So I asked one of my friends, do they have this stuff in that little grocery store across the road? And she said, yeah, of course, in the baking aisle. And I said, really? Acid? She said, Sarah, citrus, you know, like lemons? And I said, oh, okay, yeah, no, I get it. So you can tell I don't bake, but seriously. Anyway, citric acid is now in my vocabulary and my life, so that is a good thing. The next thing you're going to need is a fair amount of salt, some oil, probably olive oil, but I didn't have any. I'm not exactly sure why. And then you're going to need your flavorings, and these can be in the form of oils, or they can be dried herbs or spices, whatever you want to put in there. For these Christmassy ones, I chose vanilla extract, allspice, whole cloves for a bit more texture, and I'm also adding some glitter for that festive sparkle. Once you've got all your ingredients together, you'll need a large bowl for the dry ingredients and a smaller bowl for the liquid ones. I don't know if the ingredients need to be sieved, but we're doing that anyway just in case. Half a cup of baking soda, a quarter of a cup of citric acid, a quarter of a cup of salt, and then I'm just sifting all that through the sieve. And when that's done, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of allspice and then about the same amount of cloves. Next was the glitter. I chose golden red and I definitely added way too much. I put about half a teaspoon of each colour and it was such fine glitter that you definitely don't need that much. So here's what the powder looks like at this stage, beautiful and sparkly. And then for the liquid ingredients, I'm starting out with 2 teaspoons of water already in the bowl, and then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of oil, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and that is everything. It hardly looks like any liquid at all, but that is all it takes. So I kind of freaked out about the next part because the instructions said very quickly, and that just induces natural panic in me. But you basically need to combine all the ingredients, squish it all together and get it into the molds as fast as you can. So when I poured in the liquid, it immediately started fizzing everywhere, and I tried squishing it with a spoon, and then I gave up on that and just started using my hands. I'm using an ice cube tray for my molds, but silicone would be much easier, and something with a more interesting shape, like, I don't know, something Christmassy. That would have been great, but I didn't have it, so this is what I'm going with today. I found this part really difficult. I found I was fighting with the mixture because it just kept expanding over and over again. I spent a long time cramming down the mixture again and again, thinking I completely screwed it up. And every time I filled another section, the first ones were completely overflowing, so this was definitely a battle. But I persisted and I pressed them down with the end of a spoon before putting them in the fridge. And the recipe said you could take them out every now and again just to press everything down again and keep it all pretty compact. So after half an hour I took them back out and I squashed everything in again, and then I did the same thing again after an hour, and by the time they'd been in the fridge for an hour everything was staying in place a lot better and it pretty much stopped expanding. Next, you need to leave them alone completely for 24 hours, even 48 hours if you have the time for it. So this is what mine looked like after a day. They're not perfectly smooth by any means. At this moment I read something horrible in the recipe that I didn't read before, which was grease the mold, and I completely forgot to grease my mold, and I was horrified because I thought I was never going to get these things out. So method number 1 was to just twist the ice cube tray like you would with normal ice cubes. I've no idea why I thought that would work. So then I proceeded to take a very sharp knife and I tried to loosen one up a little. I thought I was going to crush it into dust, but very gently I was able to prise it out slightly and then use my fingers to slide it out. Perfection. I did the rest of them the same way and this is the result. So they actually look really cool. They're kind of porous, almost like a pumice stone or something, and they're really lovely and sparkly with the glitter, and they smell absolutely delicious. There's pure Christmas smell right here. And the awesome thing about this craft is that even if you fail completely, you still have a way to redeem yourself. A couple of my bath bombs shattered when I tried to remove them from the mould, so rather than wasting it, I just decided to use it in a different form. I smashed them up into little pieces and I put them into this small glass bottle to make some Christmas bath dust. And you can simply pour this into your bath for the exact same effect. And it's actually a really nice way to package it if you want to give it as a gift to someone. So now I know what you're thinking, Sarah, do these work? What do they do? Well, I will show you, albeit on a small scale in my sink, because we've got one of these massive corner baths and the thought of cleaning glitter off that without even being able to enjoy the bath is not an appealing thought. So here we go. So as you can see, it's working, it's fizzing away. A few cloves popped out here and then, and there's plenty of glitter as well, and the smell is absolutely amazing. This is also when I realised that I completely overdone the glitter. Although to be fair, in a larger bathtub it would appear less. My hand was literally covered in glitter when I dipped it in the water, as you can see. Yeah, there's way too much glitter here, so the glitter is definitely optional. At the end, the water was clear, just full of glitter and a few cloves. And overall, I'm really impressed by how well these Christmas bath fizzies worked. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. The fizzies were really fun to make and fun to use as well. So thank you so much to Wellness Mama for the recipe help, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.